Alrighty, guys. So this is Sarah Rogers, your 3-star double platinum, a 3-time IATAN card holder. And today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into Evo Plus, how you could use it to make money right now. Okay. So Evo Plus is our instant wholesale provider. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and pull up the platform. I'm going to start sharing my screen. If y'all could let me know that you could see my screen. How many of you guys can see my screen over here? Put in the chat box, or if you're on the camera, just give me a thumbs up. Yes? Okay, awesome. Great, great, great. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead. So here's the thing, guys. I market a couple of different things, okay? Because I like booking a couple of different things. I like booking groups, I like booking all-inclusives, I like booking Caribbean, Mexico, Hawaii. Those are my breads and butter, okay? So that's what I'm gonna showcase to you guys, stuff that I like to book. And keep in mind, Evo Plus, you could utilize for any hotels or resorts, okay? I like to use the hotel function, not the resorts. Just really quick, what is that difference? When you're looking at resorts, what that inventory is going to automatically pull is, I believe, 7 or 5 night stays. So you can't break it up. And so by virtue of that, it's going to not show you as many options. So you can look for 5 to 7 night stays in the hotel platform. Hotels will show you resorts. So I want to make that very clear. Hotels will show you resorts. You don't have to go to the resorts just to see resorts. You can get the same selection, in fact, better by just doing hotels, okay? So, all right, cool. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and hop right into it. I'm going to show you, obviously, one of the places that I book the most, and I'm going to show you Cancun, okay? And I'm gonna do something out in the summer. Don't eat the screw. Gosh, puppies. Okay. We're gonna show you something out in the summer. Let's do okay, well, first of all, I want people to be pulling up the platform with me. So how many of you got the platform up? Can pull it up, put it up in the chat really quickly if you got it up. I do some travel out of workshops, and so I'm gonna kind of run this part like that, in where it will be beneficial, right? Because now is your time to go through that awkwardness of going through the motions with me, right? And honestly, if you guys have ever booked on Expedia or Priceline yourself as a consumer, whether you're brand new or whatever the case may be, this is going to be very similar to that, okay? The booking platform, and what I love about Evo Plus, it's simple, stupid, okay? It's really, really simple to use, all right? Network, okay, perfect, okay. So, all right, let's go ahead. What I want y'all to do is go ahead and enter in Cancun as your search, okay? And very important, let's try to enter in the same date. So we're looking at apples to apples, because we are going to have to talk about numbers. I'm going to bust my calculator out because I'm no math magician, and I don't ever try to pretend to be. My calculator is my saving grace to calculating my margin and stuff like that, okay? So I'm going to go to Cancun, and I'm going to do the check-in date of, let's just do the 15th to the 21st, okay? The 15th through the 21st of July, okay? 15th through 21st of July in Cancun. And I'm just going to keep it at 2 adults. Okay, it's going to pull up some inventory for me. Alrighty, so what is it doing right now when it's searching? It's searching for hotels and properties, but what it's also doing, guys, is when it pulls those properties, it's starting to cut those prices, okay? So sometimes Evo Plus may take a little bit longer to work than the other platforms as far as what it comes up for the search, but that's because it's not only searching for the inventory, but it's also undercutting pricing sometimes too, okay? So we have some results for the hotels. Now, if you know me, I also like to book those all-inclusive properties, okay? So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna search for something down here. And I'm gonna search for dreams. I'm actually, the funny thing about this, guys, is I'm actually going to be booking a wedding vow renewal here for one of my clients. And so what's cool about this is it's on Evo Plus. Well, I have to do a group contract for her, so I won't necessarily be using Evo Plus. It is on here. So it's on here, like, stuff that you can find on Vax, whatever the case may be, can be on Evo Plus as well. So what I do like about this is it kind of already gives me a heads up of the kinds of savings I can go ahead and expect, right? Obviously, the larger the savings is advertising. What does that mean for you? That's going to mean the a more larger ability to build in a bigger profit for you, or what I like to call margin. Okay, margin, profit, we're going to kind of use interchangeably here. So when I'm talking about a margin, I'm talking about instant commissions, that portion where you would take home yourself. Okay, so for those of you that are following along, Dreams Jade Resort and Spa. And what I like to do is I just like to go ahead and hyperlink, use one of these hyperlinks. So I'm going to pull up Priceline at the same time. I have to do it before I hit book. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Priceline here, and it's going to populate another window, but I'm just going to still go back into Evo Plus. So there is a little bit of toggling. Okay. There is a little bit of toggling, but you guys, I'm sure, have been used to shopping multiple platforms before, so that's not a big deal, right? So I'm going to go back into Evo Plus, and now I'm going to hit book. Okay. So you're going to see it's going to pull up the website. And guys, not only is it going to pull up the different inventory really quickly, because I'm all about giving you guys the tools to educate, self-educate, which leads to self-empowerment, right? Because knowledge is power, okay? So what I like to do is I like to also show you, not only is it going to show you the room rates, but if you scroll all the way down, guys, and all the way, because, you know, sometimes hotel properties have more, it's also going to give you more information about the facilities, okay? It's also going to give you information about policies, check-in, check-out, important information, things of that nature, maybe a couple of reviews, where it's at, things of that nature. So just be mindful that you can get some information, you know, if you just scroll past all the room information, okay? So with that being said here, the dates again were the 15th through the 21st. So Daryl, if it's showing you sold out, it wouldn't show up on the Evo platform necessarily, or you're not looking at the right dates, okay? So make sure, guys, this is why it's important, apples to apples, right? Cancun, when are we going? July 15th, and we're checking out July 21st for 2 adults, okay? And then from there, we're going to be looking up Dreams Jade Resort and Spa, okay? So I do have it up in Priceline. I am going to price compare so you guys can see. There's a double junior suite, but I like to do the junior suite tropical view, okay? So a couple of things that I want to point out. I want you to look at the room inventory selection over here on the left-hand side of the screen. This is marketing an all-inclusive. It is marketing a refundable rate. It is marketing a king bed, okay? And you can see here it has an advertised price and it has that price scratched out, okay? This is going to, Andrew, you may need to scroll down a little bit more, something like that. There's also a search bar that you could search. Okay. So in here, you're going to see a total of 19.67 and 70 cents. So this is just going to give me a reference, okay? So now what I'm going to do, because I've already pulled it back up in Priceline, all right? I'm going to go over here to Priceline, and you see Priceline already pre-populates the date, okay? You can already see this is looking to be more expensive, where I'm looking at a $1,900 price point. This is already advertising to me $3,700 price point, okay? So we're going to dig deep, a little bit deeper here, okay? And I like to advertise the same thing, okay? So I'm going to do the junior suite with a tropical view king bed, okay? That's the same comparison, okay? Tropical suite, junior suite, tropical view, and it's a king bed, okay? So I'm going to look at the same inventory and I'm going to hit book, okay? Very important as a travel agent, you take the time to understand advertised pricing versus checkout pricing, okay? They're two very different things. Advertised pricing versus checkout pricing. What is advertised pricing? What you see when you pull something up right away, okay? Marketing 101, by the way, I teach my agents to do this all the time. Advertised pricing and out the door pricing, two different things. Why do companies do it? Because it's how they get you in the door, okay? It's how they get you in the door. I want you to think about when you're shopping in the mall, okay? Those little stations outside, what are they doing? They are advertising sales. They're going to advertise maybe some upfront pricing. They're going to advertise the cheapest deal in their room. Why? Because that's how they get you in the room, right? So think of it that way as well, okay, guys? Now, Alrighty, so here we go. So you're gonna see here that Monday, it's all the same date, it's all inclusive, it's one king bed, right? Okay. And it has all the stuff. So we're gonna see here that same room on what a consumer can find is just about $4,000. Okay, 39.87. I'm gonna put it into my handy dandy calculator here. 39.87. Oh shoot, 39.87. Oh my goodness gracious, Sarah Rogers. 46. Okay. Okay, so that's what it's going to cost a consumer. Okay, I'm gonna hop back over to Evo Plus. Here we go. Our price, $19.27.36. We're talking about a $2,000 difference. For all of you guys that are on this line and you're questioning your value as a business, that's all the answers you'll ever need to know. Okay? You're
That's crazy.
talking about the ability to save somebody $2,000. How many of you guys would find value in a travel agent if they were saving you that kind of money off of one booking? How many of you guys would find value in a travel agent if they were talking about, hey, Perla, hey, Sylvia, hey, Trisha, I can save you $2,000 on one booking? How fast are they going to run to you, right? Here's the thing, guys. Now, but of course, we need to make money, right? We need to make money, right? Kelly says, yes, let's make some money today. How many of you guys want to start marketing this and make money today, right? So I don't know how much money you guys want to make. Let's see. So now that we know the difference, the price difference, right? This price difference is where you're going to find your margin, okay? Now, I always say you want to be enticing enough to let the client come to you. So it's no reason, no question of the money that they're going to save with you, right? So how many of you feel like 50-50 split? Okay, how many of you guys would be happy making $1,000 today? Any of you guys? How many of you guys would be happy making $1,000 today? All of you better say yes, okay? Because I can tell you the money that I making the money here at Evo, and I'd sure as heck be happy with an extra $1,000. I don't care, right? Money is money, and $1,000, you're talking about a comma check commission off of one booking. And we're not talking about pipeline money. We're talking about if the client wants to save money and book this today with you, they're going to give you that additional $1,000 in commission. Because guess what? Guess what? How much money, if we build in a profit margin of $1,000 where we have $2,000 to play with, how much money are we saving the client? If we're building in a $1,000 profit margin where we have $2,000 to play with, how much money are we saving the client? $1,000. Okay, so let me ask you guys a question again. How many of you would find value in utilizing a travel agent if they were able to save you $1,000 on one booking? How many of you guys would find value in booking with the travel agent if they were able to save you $1,000 off of one booking? Not 10 bookings, not bookings over the lifespan, one booking. So for all of you that are questioning your worth, I suggest you start looking into Evo Plus and the value that it can not only bring you, because obviously $1,000, that's gonna be a major value to you, but it's going to bring value to your clients, okay? How many of you guys just would like to save $2,000 on your own travels? Heck with that, right? You're talking about you became a travel agent to be able to travel for a cheaper rate? Say less. Say less, right? Can somebody do the calculations on that? If they're saving $1,000 off of 4,000, what's the percentage on that? If we're gonna teach you wording, Robert, we're gonna teach you wording. Somebody do the percentage. Okay, Bill, thank you, because I knew there was somebody way more capable in doing percentages than me. It wasn't my strong suit in high school. So if the booking is, let's say that what the client can find for on their own is $4,000 and we're saving them $1,000. You're right, guys. That is a fourth. That was simple math. You guys, I think my daughter could have done that, but here we go. I get caught up in the bigger concepts, right? And we can save them 1,000. That's a 25% savings, okay? This is all like how we're starting to see how we could start marketing stuff, right? Very simple, but still math, right? Okay. All right. Gosh, you know, when I tell people, why don't you take a second to think about your question before you try to answer it? Sarah should have done the same thing in that moment, but say less. Okay. All right. Here we go, guys. So how can we market things like this? Okay. This is going to be a very, very powerful tool, but you got to market it the right way. So I'm going to spend some time talking about marketing. Okay. I'm going to spend some time. I think Bill had this question about what do you say to a client? What do you say to a client? How many of you guys are like, man, this sounds great, but I have no idea how to say this to a client? How many of you guys are saying like, hey, this is really great, but I have no idea on how to word this to a client? Like that's where like you get the concept, but the application of actually speaking it to a client is a whole nother thing. Okay. We're going to keep it real simple. We're going to keep it real simple because I can tell you why you're complicating it in your problem or in your head. Sorry. This is, you know, Sarah Rogers just kind of says things. We'll see if it makes sense. Okay. So, okay. This is why you're complicating in your head. Okay. Because you're thinking you're going to have to present two different prices to your client. Okay. We're going to go over that in a second. Okay. Jody, you're thinking I'm going to have to tell my client what I'm making in order to get them to book. No, 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 no. Okay. You want to know how I'm going to get my client to book? Hey, Samantha, let's just say I went through the client qualifying. They told me that they found the Dreams property online for 4,000, right? Hey, and I do my research. I find this deal on Evo Plus. Okay, I get back on the phone with her. I'm talking about booking her now. This is a follow-up phone call where I'm presenting the quote and price to her. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. Hey, Samantha, I'm super excited today. I know that we were discussing your bookings at Dreams. And actually, you know, I was able to find you the best pricing, and that best pricing is actually going to save you a little bit over $1,000. So I know previously we had discussed where you found it for just over $4,000. I'm able to go ahead and secure that booking for you today for just under $3,000. Right? Do you guys understand what I did? In my head, I know that I'm adding instant commissions, but I'm not speaking about that to my client. I'm presenting one price to my client. Do you understand? I'm presenting the total amount due to them. Do you think my client's going to care if there's $1,000 in there that's going directly to me, if they're saving $1,000? Let me ask you guys something. If somebody was giving you a product that was saving you $1,000 where you couldn't find it for $1,000 cheaper anywhere else, but they were saying, hey, by the way, you're gonna have to pay me this extra, this $1,000 in that price. You think I give two craps? Pardon my French. You think I give two craps? No. As a consumer, you know what the consumer cares about? What is the bottom line to me? So stop fragmenting it into different things. To your consumer, it is one price. Now, how I explain how they're going to get charged once they agree to that price is a different thing. But what you need to focus on is getting them to be good with that price point. Forget about your instant commissions for a second, okay? Because you're not going to get any instant commissions if you can't get this concept through your head. Is this making sense to you? Is that making you feel better about how to present this to a client? So you're going to present the final pricing just like you would any other booking, right? It's no different. It's just like you would any other booking, right? We're going to talk about that. I'm talking about the front end right now. iPhone, sorry, I have to call you iPhone because I don't know your name, right? Allow me to go through the steps. You guys, sometimes you're so quick to want to get to the end, but in order to get to the end, you have to get through the steps. Do you guys understand? I'm gonna teach you how to run, but first I gotta teach you how to stand up, balance, walk, or crawl, walk, and then run, okay? So we're gonna get you to running, but you guys have to understand and respect the process. Ooh, I came ready today. I think that was that extra yogurt I ate today. I ate my breakfast today. Okay, guys, so we gotta teach you step by step in order for you to understand the entire process, right? I promise you I'm gonna get you to the end, okay? Respect the process. We're gonna go ahead and hashtag that. I like that, Mia. Okay, so that is step number one, okay? That's the money excitement, yeah. Step number one is learning how to present it to your client. It's no different than any other quote that you present, right? You're presenting that end price. You need that client to say yes to that end price. Sarah, you're going to save me $1,000. How do I book this? I need to book this right now. Okay, cool. Now we get into your back end, right? What is that? As a travel agent, there's always going to be administrative things of which your client has no business knowing. You think I care how my car salesman draws up his paperwork? You think I want to hear about all the different stuff he has to draw up? No. Show me the contract. Tell me where to sign it. I'm ready to buy this car and get the heck out of here. Right? It's the same thing. Okay? Don't spare your client of the details that don't concern them. Okay? So now, what I want you guys to do is you are going to have to pick a platform of which you can invoice a client. Okay? I personally like Square. There's Square, there's Stripe. Those are usually the two most popular ways that you could do it. The reasons why I like those two platforms is because I can create a professional is key, okay? You can present a professional invoice, okay? And you can send a link to their phone so they can literally pay it Jimmy on the spot, okay? Which is cool because for me as a consumer, I don't want to jump through hoops to pay you. Okay. So this is what it is, right? You want to go ahead and make it simple for your client. Don't bog them down with the details it takes for you to get the money. Okay. But now this is really important, right? Some of you have maybe never created an invoice. You don't know what to put on an invoice. Okay. Square keeps it square. Okay. What about the clients that do not use phone technology and prefer email? It's a text message. It goes through a text message, but you can email it to them, Loretta. Oh my goodness, what is happening? What is happening to my desk? Hold on. Okay, there we go. How long does Square take to set up? Depends on how savvy you are, honestly. Right? Okay, so I always process the instant commission on Square myself. You can do that as well. You can process the instant commission on Square itself. So really it could be a couple of different ways that you do that. You know, you can give the client the link to pay. I like to do that because it creates also urgency, or you can book them over the phone and do that. Okay. So do we set up Square or Stripe with our business name? Yes, this is your business. Okay. Hold on. Good question, Trisha. Okay. I'm not calling it out because it's not a good question. It's a good question. And it's something that everyone in this classroom needs to understand. Okay. Something in this classroom that everybody needs to understand. Do not market yourself as Archer Travel or Evolution Travel. You are not Evolution or Archer Travel. Okay. You are whatever travel business you want to give yourself. Perla Under the Suns, Joanne's Dream Vacations, Trisha's Getaways. I don't care what you call yourself, but please don't call yourself Archer Evolution Travel because you are not. They are corporations, okay? And they are their own entity. So here we go. Ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. So this is Square. Okay. I already have kind of an invoice set up, guys. I'm not going to be teaching you step by step on how to set up Square, although I'm going to write that down. Setting up Square. Because maybe that's a whole different training, okay? How about that? Would you guys like a whole different training on literally just focusing on how to set up Square step by step? Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there soon enough. Okay. So here we go. I have a new invoice. Okay. I put in just to show you guys. Okay. bobsmiles@gmail.com. And that's actually my phone number. Okay. So invoice title, Bob's, Cancun summer getaway. I don't know. You don't even have to call it anything fancy. Okay. July 2025. Okay. Invoice ID, whatever Square wants to populate for me, that's mechanical. That doesn't really do anything. Okay. Okay. So something that I would write in here, guys, Bob, $1,000, invoice due upon receipt. Please, process ASAP to help secure pricing and your room. Okay. Then please note this portion is non-refundable. Okay. So I would do whatever this portion is on Evo Plus, 1927.36. Okay. The additional 1937.26 is your refundable portion should you need to cancel. Keep it simple, right? It's very black and white. That's how you're going to protect your commissions. So that way, if they do cancel, they understand what portion is refundable and what is not. Okay. All right. Yeah, there is a lot of different invoicing programs. You guys can do your own. Yes, you can create your own terms and conditions. Okay, Deborah. Some people will make that $1,000 refundable. Understand, if you make that $1,000 refundable, you are the one that is responsible for refunding the client that $1,000. So some people will hold it, right? I don't like to hold on to money. Okay. And so I also don't want to play that game with the client. I don't like when they're processing the refund through the merchant, totally cool. Cause I'm kind of taken out of that process. I'm just kind of the middleman, but you're going to pay me. That's it. There ain't no refund. Once you pay Sarah Rogers is taking that straight to the bank, depositing it, and we're putting it to good use. Okay. So I don't like my money that gets paid out to me to be refundable. Okay. So that is just me. You guys can come up with whatever policy that you want. You guys are your own entity. Okay. You guys are you guys are able to do what you want with this portion. I'm showing you how I do it. Okay. No, when I do, if you were, Christine's asking, is that refundable amount refunded by tin leg insurance? Like if you're going to do Evo Plus tin and then tin leg, I would just insure for the amount that's bookable on Evo Plus. I wouldn't insure for my instant commissions portion. That's how I would do when I'm quoting out tin leg. I would quote out for the price on Evo Plus. Okay. Be fearless while selling. Yeah, guys, you would be surprised. Okay. People will buy from you because you're confident. Okay. And I'm going to do actually a role playing class too. So you guys can practice saying stuff out loud to your clients with me, and it'll be our safe room. Okay. I'm going to advertise that here in a couple of days, because if you're talking to your client, and you're like, yeah, so the $1,000, that's the only part that's not refundable. Is that okay? Steamroll. I'm steamrolling you as a consumer. I'm steamrolling the heck out of you. Right? Because why? Because I can already sense it. But if I'm talking to you, hey, Richard, so we're going to go ahead and save you that $1,000. Like I said, I was able to find that pricing exclusively through one of my travel products that I have. I'm going to go ahead and send you an invoice for the first $1,000 of that portion of this vacation. This is going to be a non-refundable, and this is going to help secure your pricing right away. So as soon as you process that, I'm going to also be processing your booking, I'm also going to be processing the rest of that portion of your hotel. Now that portion is going to be refundable. Okay. So, go ahead, collect the credit card data, Okay. And you're going to book it. Do you see how like there is no shame in my game? Why? Because I understand that I have ultimate value. I have something that they can't get without me. And they already agreed to the price, right? You got them to agree to the price first. Now we're just talking about paying us. That's it. But if you start doing it backwards, that's where you're going to get tumbled up. Okay. This is a line item. I would do retainer for exclusive rates, something like that. And it would be $1,000. So here I just have it saved for 500 because that was something that I got done. Okay, so you would just change it to $1,000. Okay. And then you can whatever, however your client wants to process it. Okay. I always allow the customer to tip because shoot, I go to Teriyaki Express and I'm asked to tip them. So if Teriyaki Express is going to ask me to tip them, I'm going to ask everybody to tip me. It doesn't mean that they have to. Again, you can do whatever you want. You can turn this off. And then you have different ways that you could share this to your client. You can share it via email. You can share it text message. You can share it manually, things of that nature. Okay. Now, here we go. Let me see. If I do preview, okay, here we go. I already have my logo and stuff set up, obviously my business entity. So this is what it would look like for the client, okay? Okay, that's it. Easy peasy. Of course, this would be $1,000. I'm just showing you guys really quickly what it would look like, okay? Easy peasy. We're not going to talk about other vendors and stuff right now, Cynthia. I want to keep us focused on something else, okay? You could use whatever invoice site you want, okay? So does the customer then, okay, hold on, Robert, I'm reading your question. So does the customer book it then on Evo Plus? We book it for them. What happens when they see the plus? Robert, you already sold them. You already sold them on the price. It's like, here's what I do. Okay, guys, I'm gonna kind of relate this to another thing, right? You guys, because in order for them to get the rate, that's what they have to do. If they ask why, because I'm actually giving you access to my travel agent rates. And so this is the cost of getting you $1,000 in savings. Keep it simple. Okay. Christina, stop projecting how you feel onto your clients. That's where you're going to get messed up. Stop projecting how you feel onto your clients. Okay. Robert, sorry. The customer does not book it themselves on Evo Plus. I'm so sorry you got told that information, Robert. You have to book it for your client. Okay. You do have to book that portion for your client. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah. Okay. All right. Do you guys see? Here's the thing, guys. I'm always going to keep it honest. I'm very blunt personality. Okay. Because I am somebody who started this business when I had $0 coming in. I am now a 6-figure income earner in this business. And I accredit that to how I got mentored by Charles and Nikki Lee. And let me tell you, they were very blunt with me. They didn't hold anything back. And sometimes that hurt to hear it. But ultimately, I trusted that whenever they were giving me advice, they were giving me advice from the perspective of always having my best interest in mind. Okay. So I may sometimes be blunt. Okay. I'm definitely not a sugarcoater. I'm one of those people that I kind of just rip the band-aid off because I want you guys to grow. I want you guys to maximize your opportunity. And more importantly, I want you guys getting out of your own way. I want you guys getting out of your own way. We already know the travel industry is rocking. We already know partnering up with Archer Travel is the smartest thing that you ever did. Why? Because this is going to be a $500 million travel sale company by the end of this year. We're talking about producing over $500 million in sales. We already know it works, okay? The majority of the time, people get in their own way. So I'm here to tell you guys, stop it. Stop it right now, okay? I like, how do you book it on Evo Plus if they only pay a deposit? Because Cassie, what you would also do is either take a credit card authorization form or I always take a credit card authorization form, okay? I always do that. But I will book people live over the phone as well. So because and this is a whole qualifying process that you guys, honestly, I have a YouTube video on that shows you an actual sales process on how to intake, properly qualify, research, and then follow up with the actual booking call to book. Okay, that's a whole process in itself, right? And so when I call my client to discuss the pricing and the quote that I found for them, I've also then previously qualified them to know that they're ready to book when we call. Okay. And so I'm actually booking live over the phone. Does that make sense? Okay. So, and this is all stuff, guys, if you go on my YouTube, Never Ending Travels, I actually have that entire sales process recorded for you guys. It's booking 101. Okay. Yeah, Robert, there's Craigslist, there's newspapers, there's local chambers of converse or whatever. There's vendor trade shows that you can do. If somebody can link, maybe I'm gonna elect Richard. I'm gonna elect Richard as a tribute to find that YouTube video of mine and put it in the chat box. Okay. We're projected to do $500 million by the end of this year. And we did way over $1.2 million. I would assume that we would do way over $1.2 million. That doesn't seem right for the quarter. That we should have done more. Okay. So now let's talk about some advertising. Okay, before we hop off the line. Okay, let's talk about some advertising. Okay, I'm going to show you guys some stuff that I've created. I'm sorry, but I'm not really understanding how we're getting the commission from. Okay, Joanna, because it's 1927. Okay, and I added the $1,000 of commission, so it's $2,900 total for the client. $2,900 for the client, right? That's the total pricing. In that is my $1,000. That's why we did the square $1,000, and they're booking on $1,900 on Evo Plus. Because remember, on Priceline, it was almost $4,000, literally just dollars short of $4,000. So that's how that's populating. Okay. Richard just put my YouTube channel on the in the chat, guys. Okay. I don't know if you put in the link. Halia, there we go. I got my people on the line today. They are showing up. You can use TravelJoy or TravelFi for your credit card authorization form. Yes, you can, Sophia. Okay. So let's talk about some of the ways you can advertise Evo Plus. Okay. If you wanted to, let me see here. Let's say you wanted to market this ad that we placed, okay? This is something that I created on Canva, guys. It was a free template, okay? I have my business logo on there. Okay, you can do, instead of spring, we can do summer, because it's in July. Summer vacation. We could just make that a little bit smaller. There we go. We are currently offering 25% off of a 5-star. I don't know if Dreams is 5 or 4. Dreams is going to be 4. Okay. Off a 4-star all-inclusive resorts discounts or for junior suites. Tropical view. Okay. Book now and save on your next getaway. Call us today to save. Hold on, sorry guys. See here? So what I'm doing is I'm marketing the percentage off, right? And why am I doing that? You could even put something like that's up to over $1,000 off. $1,000 off. Okay. That's up to over $1,000 off. Okay. So I'm just playing with the wording here. Okay, guys. Here we go. See what I'm doing? So I'm, again, and if you've ever been in my travel marketing classes, okay, this is, I don't believe in giving the cow away for free. Okay. You guys ever heard that saying, who's going to buy the cow when the milk's for free? Have you guys ever heard of that saying, who's going to buy the cow when the milk's for free? Okay. Stop giving away your milk for free, please. And what is the milk? The milk is all the details. The milk is all the details. Okay. When you give away all the details, you don't give them a reason to call you. You need to entice them. This is kind of like a little bit of flirting, okay, to the dating people in the world, okay? There's a little bit of flirting, okay? We want to entice it, but we need to always give a call to action because they need to contact you to book it, right? So I'm going to make it sexy. Travel is sexy. Savings is sexy to me, right? Okay. So I want to let them know, hey, you utilize my services, I can save you money. Okay. Understand something here. Okay. I'm not trying to sell them on this. I'm trying to get them to do an action. I'm piquing interest to get them to contact me. Once they contact me, I'm going to sell them. Does that make sense? I'm creating an ad to generate and pique interest to get them to contact me. Okay? You're so funny. Okay? Enticing interest. Okay? What is going to entice me as a consumer? The fact that I can save 25% off a 4-star all-inclusive resort. Sir, that's what's enticing me today as a consumer. I want to know a little bit more about this. I'm going to inquire with Sarah. Yes, sir, I am, because I'm looking to book a summer vacation, and Sarah just advertised to me that I could save 25%. That's over $1,000 off. I would like to know more. Excuse me, Sarah, ma'am. I'd like to know a little bit more, right? They're going to inbox you, right? They're going to inbox you. They're going to shoot you a text, and you're going to schedule a consult. Before you schedule that consult, you're going to watch my booking sales process 101. Okay, because that's a whole nother training in itself, and we're already at 47 minutes. Okay. When they contact me, do I tell them the name of the hotel? Keith, when they contact me, I'm doing a thorough qualification process. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Let's see here. And if you would like to know, if you would like to see, okay, I'm going to show you guys really quickly. Okay. This is my intro to booking basics video. I want you guys to do yourself a favor for all of my new people. And it's okay to be new. It's okay not to know, right? I'm not hounding you guys for that. Understand that. What I'm doing is I'm going to give you a tool that can empower you to know. How about that? I'm giving you a tool that can empower you to know. This video right here is going to go over business processes, client consultations, trip research, and how to follow up with your clients. Okay. So I'm going to drop this in the chat. Teach me to fish. Yes, Bill. Yes, Bill, you're one of my favorites of this class. Bill's one of my favorites because he said something that I always hit on the nose. I'm not going to fish for you, my friends, because if I fish for you, God forbid something happens to me and you show up because you thought Sarah was going to go fishing for you today and something happened to Sarah, and guess what? You're out of Sarah, which means you're out of food. Sarah doesn't want to do that to you. Sarah wants you to learn how to fish for yourself every single day for the rest of your life after meeting Sarah. Because if Sarah can teach you that, guess what? You eventually don't need Sarah. You eventually don't need Susie or Bob or Robert or whoever else you got in your life that you're codependent on, because you have now learned to feed yourself. Right? I want you to learn how to fish. If you don't know, that is okay. We were all once beginners. When I came into this industry, I didn't know much about it. I was a corporate girl. But I empowered myself with knowledge. And that's the only way you're going to get from I don't know to now I know, right? I don't know, now I know. It's okay not to know, but it's not okay to stay there. So what can we do? What actionable steps can we do to be able to know? And that's knowledge. That's empowerment through knowledge, right? Did I just quote Biggie? Did I? I might have. I don't know. So, I encourage you, I implore you guys to watch this video. If you didn't get the link, because I know the chat box is moving pretty quickly here. Never Ending Travels is my YouTube video. You're going to see my logo when you hit onto my channel, and it's business processes, clients, consultations. Okay. If you go to videos, which is the one, it's the one that looks over here, Mastering Travel Basics 101. You can see here I have a variety of different videos that you are more than welcome to watch. Subscribe to my channel so we can put out new content. And oh, by the way, this is being recorded and I am going to put this on my YouTube, okay? So there's that, okay? So I'm very excited today, guys, that you chose to plug in to yourself, for your business, to learn. Who here is excited to get that money? Who here is excited about getting that money? Guys, you can screenshot this. And the reason why I want you guys to screenshot this, because I want you guys to make an ad, okay? I want you guys to make an ad. It is great to learn about this, but it's even better. It's even better when you are able to go ahead and actually put into action what we are teaching you, right? It is great to learn about this, but it's actually better to go ahead and put it into action, right? What it is that you guys are learning, okay? So I'm super, super excited that you guys chose to plug in today. Go ahead, drop in the chat box if you found this helpful for you guys. If you guys found some value, some nuggets were being dropped today, go ahead and put it in the chat box for me, guys. I'm super excited today, guys, because a lot of you were on the line. That means we have the power to help so many more people. Can you guys do me a favor today, okay? Can you guys do me a favor today? Go ahead, go back to the Evolution corporate page, okay? And give other people knowledge about what this training can do for them, because it's every Thursday at 9 a.m., okay? I want you guys to be able to share, because here's the thing, guys. I'm like a mom, okay? And for those of you that have kids, you understand. When mom tells you to do something, you're like, okay, mom, I get it, but I'm probably not going to do it. But when sister, older sister, younger sister, my friend tells me to do it, you're more inclined to check it out, okay? So if you guys as agents can help us, help other people today by going ahead and putting it in our Facebook group, something that you found a value of this training, maybe somebody can start a thread and you guys can all go in there. It would just help encourage other people to show up to these trainings that I think are of value. I want to help as many people in our program be able to make this instant money, to understand things like this, to plug in so they can get some self-power. So please, if you would, please go in the Evolution corporate page, drop a few lines about how this training was helpful, and let other people know that this is a safe place for them to learn how to make money so we can maximize everybody's ability to earn income, okay? Yes, let's talk about some of the other ads that we made today. Here we go. So this is one ad that I made for Evo Plus, guys. Let me see here. This is my business card. This is another one, guys. I called it The Price is Right. This is, you know, some specials that I looked up in a couple of different places. Like I said, I do like to book different places. This will give you an example of how I'm kind of putting out the details, but I'm not necessarily giving away the cow. Again, I'm putting out, you know, what they can find it for and what it's going to be for them to book with me, right? You can see the different savings obviously vary, right, depending on the property. And let's see, this is another one. This is more actually for let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. This is actually more for something that I can drop in my neighborhoods, okay? For those of you like, well, that need to get off of maybe social media or something like that. This is something that I can actually go and print out, and I could put this, I don't know, on doors, or you can have this maybe as a one sheet for a vendor booth experience, okay? Again, this is just kind of letting them know my services and what I could offer to them, okay? So you guys can take a screenshot of that if you want to. Again, please, these are older savings, so I don't know if this is still applicable. I believe they were for March savings, but do you guys get the gist here? This is Canva. Canva is a really easy platform to use once you get a hang of it. This is another one that I created, okay? Just advertising my ability to save them money in general, okay? These are advertisements I created that is marketing Evo Plus, okay? So you guys can take a screenshot of this too. This will just give you, again, ideas. My logo's on everything, my phone number's on everything, because the beauty about a small business, guys, is they could actually speak to somebody. Let me say that again. The beauty about a small business is that they could actually speak to somebody. How many of you hate calling into mega businesses and all you get is recorded bots, and it takes you 5 times saying agent? By the time the 5th agent word comes out of your mouth, you're frustrated, you're pissed off. By the time you actually get an agent, you're already mad at them and they didn't even do anything to you because you're just frustrated with the process, right? That is not why people utilize small businesses. They utilize small businesses because they could actually speak to somebody. So make yourself available to speak. Okay? Give them direct access, okay? It's not a clickable thing. It's just part of my advertisement. They to book now, they gotta contact Sarah, because I love closing people over the phone. Okay. Yes, Bill, right? Throwback, right? All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys could have been anywhere today, but guess what? You guys decided to plug in and learn about how you can better yourself in your business. Don't forget to go in that Facebook group and shout out Evo Plus and the good golden nuggets that you learned today, guys. I so appreciate you guys. I hope that you guys found value. I hope that you guys found something that you can apply today to better and grow your business. I love you guys, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'll do some more trainings that I'll put out here shortly, okay? Have a great rest of your week, guys. And for all of those mothers, single parents, doing the mother thing, have a wonderful, safe, joyous Mother's Day weekend. Bye, guys.